we'll move into a team that is the greatest team in the world. That is an RBNY, of course, or RB Leipzig, or Everton, or RB Salzburg, or RB Bragatow, or any of the RB clubs, or the Jets, or the Mets.
All right, we get it. We get it. Let's go. Keep it moving.
FCC, FCC, FCC sitting in sixth place, 45 points, even with Orlando, but not as many wins. Of course, the clear tiebreaker. Um, they are not in fifth place because of that. They've got a game away at Seattle versus a struggling Chicago side and away to a still struggling DC United side. I originally wrote this down as a joke, but I genuinely believe that they get a result in all three games here. 3 wins, 9 points, 54 to finish it out, and they jump into a home playoff, which is wild. Because I was going to do that as a joke to start, but genuinely, I said that they were going to go to Seattle, who have been struggling to keep the ball out of the net, and Brenner and Vasquez and Lucci are going to have a field day. Chicago are literally the same thing. They are struggling to keep the ball out of the net. They've got 45 goals conceded. And I mean, they blow leads like it's their job. Look at what they did at Charlotte the other day. 90th minute or 94th minute, Swiderski's goal. Just can't. They don't have that clutch G yet. And then DC United 65 goals conceded. Is that the most? Oh yeah, it's the most, beating San Jose by 1. They're gonna have a field day. They're gonna score 900 goals. They'll probably concede 800, but law of averages says we're gonna get 3 points on each and every game. 9 on the trot and 54 to finish.
Yeah, so we already talked about the Seattle game before. I had Seattle winning, so in this case, I think FCC will lose that game. To be honest, I really wouldn't be surprised if FCC pull out the win. I think, like you said, their attack has been just ruthless this year, and the defense has been reasonable enough that they've been able to win games. But their defense has not been great by any means. They've conceded 50, which is, I think, lower half of the Eastern Conference. However, I think playing against Chicago and DC to wrap up the season, that's 6 points as far as I can see. So yeah, I have FCC getting 6 points, finishing on 51, and just missing that home playoff game by 1 point, which I know is going to infuriate you.
You know what we call that over on this side of the.
Why do you have an echo all of a sudden?
Do I have an echo? Oh, I hit there's a knob on here that doesn't. Oh, sorry.
You have a knob that does an echo? That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So I was trying to make sure my volume was up on here because I realized the first time I used this, the volume was all the way down, which is why my audio was probably really bad. So I went to turn that. I must have turned the echo by mistake. My bad.
That's okay.
Better.
You could have made your point with the echo. I think it would have worked well.
You know what we call that on this side of the? Let me restart. You know what we call that on this side of the Westchester, New York City divide?
What do you call it?
Being a hater. That's
Okay.
what you are. You're a hater.
Sure. Even though I gave him 6 points out of our last 2 games.
Yeah, but you should have given him 9 because you're not. If you weren't a hater, you'd give him all 9.
Listen, USMNT Jordan Morris is going to ball out against FCC, so he's on the US team for a reason. He's going to obviously ball out.
Stop! I'm already fighting with enough people. I don't need more of that. I'm going to post your Josh Sargent take later, and I'm going to get even more heat for that. So I'm going to call you in and defend it yourself.
No, I don't care. They can say whatever they want.